All right, let's get it started. How y'all doing? Hi, Damon. How you doing? Don't forget to share, share, share. Make sure you guys share this. All right, just want to say how you doing, Truth Seekers. I know my last live show on this was a mess. I need to seriously delete that. I'm going to actually not delete. I'm just going to break it down and clean it up a little bit. Then it'll be on my Patreon. Don't worry, you guys. The link is in my bio or in the description. Or in the description. Okay. Anyway, just want to say hello to my truth seekers. In this video, I will be covering all the current news regarding abortion rights, the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake controversy, and maybe even some Jesus truths if time permits. Some of this news is probably old news for some of you, but just bear with me here. Humor a woman, okay? I just brought it up so I can give my perspective on it, okay? Yes. Hi, Nap. Haven't heard from you in a while. Where you been? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here are your trigger warnings. No, first let me never mind. Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. All right, here's your second trigger. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy. All right, first we will order. On this Monday, okay, the U.S. Supreme Court turned down a request from President Joe Biden administration to make Texas follow federal rules that say hospitals must perform abortions if they are needed to stabilize a patient's emergency situation. Now, justices turned down the Justice Department appeal of lower court's decision. All right, thank you. Thank you for sending positive vibes from Arkansas. How was the weather in Arkansas anyway, Eva? Anyway, the lower court's decision to stop the device from being used in Texas, which has a nearly complete ban on abortion, backed by, believe it or not, Republicans. You remember, Republicans are the ones who banned the abortion rights in the first place, but it goes far as deeper and very toxic and cruel than that. I mean, I don't even know what their abortion ban is following up. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. Hit the like button, share, share, share. Hit the like button, share, share, share. I have some really juicy stuff at the end of this slideshow, this presentation, or whatever you want to call it. So make sure you hit the like button. I get very deep and religious. I'm just going through this temporary current news at the current moment. If you guys want to come up and talk, by all means. All right, now back to what I was saying. Okay, yeah, so the complete ban on abortion backed by Republicans and against members of two medical groups that are against abortion. Now, the Biden administration released guidelines in July 2022 to protect access to abortion after the conservative majority on the Supreme Court removed the historic Roe versus Wade. Now, decision from 1973, which had made abortion legal across country, the guidance told the healthcare providers all over the country that they are required by the law. Now, this is, pay attention, this is important because this is what they're currently fighting on if they can't get the abortion to be back on the map. Okay, they're at least trying to do this, and believe it or not, Republicans don't want to do this either, so they're still fighting with them over this as well. Now, it's required by law for the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, also known as EMTALA, okay? A federal law that's from 1986 to make sure that Medicare participating hospitals provide emergency care to patients that stabilize them no matter how much money they have. So if it's like a really emergency situation, they can't turn them down. They have to proceed with care regardless. Oh, beautiful. That's great. I've never been to Arkansas before. I'm not even sure how to even picture that particular place. So, good luck for you. Okay, move right along here. Now, Medicare is a government program, as you know, that helps older people get Medicare. Now, if hospitals break the EMTALA, they could lose Medicare money. However, doctors must give a woman an abortion if they need in order to stabilize her and deal with the medical emergency. They want to ban that. Republicans was like, I don't care what emergency the mother is on. It's not my issue. Who gives a damn? That's literally what the doctors are saying because well, not the doctors, but the Republicans were saying that because that's how they roll. I don't know what their issues is. But anyway, so even if the state, well, it says here, even if the state or if it's the procedure is legal in their state, this law overrides the state's ban that do not allow for medical emergencies or have too few exceptions. So which means even though they have the abortion ban on there, this law in terms of saving a woman's life or whatever the case may be, they have to do an emergency abortion. Okay, that's what they're trying to implement in the law in Texas. It seems to be so hard to do. Now, Texas law says that a woman cannot have an abortion unless the pregnancy puts her at risk of dying or substantially impairs a major body function. That's what it says. Now, two medical groups that are against abortion, the American Association of Pro-Life, they are against it as well. Obstetricians and gynecologists and the Christian Medical, of course, and Dental Associates sued the administration saying that the guidance illegally tries to force healthcare providers to perform abortions. Like, you guys are trying to make us do these abortions even though we are not with it. That's what they're literally trying to say. They trying to implement, they trying to use that as some kind of fight tactic, saying, okay, you trying to make us do abortions even though we're not up for abortions. You think you slick, we just not going to do it at all. I mean, just no. That's what Republicans and these associations are trying to say. In a case similar to this, the Supreme Court said in June, this is June this year, that pregnant women or women in Idaho, this is in Idaho, who are having medical problems could have abortions for now. For now, because Idaho was the same as it was for Texas. So with EMTALA and Idaho's Republican-backed nearly total abortion ban, like all across the board, no EMTALA, okay? They had it completely banned across the board. Who cares of a medical emergency? If a medical emergency, the woman just die. That's literally where they were standing at when it came to abortions. Now, the Supreme Court ruled from 6-3 decision in the Idaho's case upheld a federal judge decision that EMTALA matters more. Now, the justice lifted a hold that they had put on a judge's decision in the case, but they did not settle the argument on its terms, on its own terms. So instead, they threw it out as improbably granted, meaning that Idaho still supports EMTALA for emergency purposes, despite Republicans being against it. So if Trump is pretty much put into office, he will make sure that even though he's going back and forth to being wishy-washy, and his wife coming saying she support abortion and her little whatever, I don't even know what to even say about Melania. I mean, what is with them? Are they married? I mean, what is with this couple? Are they married or together? I mean, I don't really know. What's going on with this couple? Tell me in the comment section. I really don't know. Let's move on here. I just want to get a quick little politics out of the way. Okay, next up, you guys probably heard of, I'm not sure. There's still some drama with Drake and Lamar. I was going to say Kendrick. Yeah, apparently they still going through their crazy issues. It seems Drake seems to be in his feelings regarding his feud with Kendrick Lamar, openly bemoaning the existence of false pals amongst all the turmoil. At Tyrone Edwards' Nostalgia party in Toronto on Saturday night, the rapper took the mic and bemoaned the fact that his friends were unreliable. I'm paraphrasing, that's pretty much what he said. Drake reportedly wrapped up his public declaration by performing his own take of Beyonce, "Be Myself and I, it's who I got in the end." You remember that song? Yeah. So he was literally he started bumping that after he made his speech. I don't know what. I thought the whole Drake versus Lamar thing was over with, but apparently they're saying, okay, it's not over with. We still got issues regarding the situation. That's what I'm getting here. Well, I know, Nap. I know she's a mail order bride. I know she's a Russian mail order bride. I know that's why she got with Trump in the first place, because that Russian mail order bride thing. She just wanted a green card to be in this country to get a job, but she got pretty lucky. I mean, kind of lucky. I mean, Trump didn't give two flying figs about it. He treated her like crap. But she managed to get her, guaranteed income from the billionaire. So she landed a jackpot that came with major strings attached and a lot of drama. But you know what? Whatever. Here's a clip right here, you guys.
Wait, I pump it up? Okay. No, I pump it up. I pump it up.
Yeah, I don't know what Drake was on. He was completely out of his character for this, whatever this situation he was on right now. Here's the second video here. Listen to this. Oh, hold on. Hold up. That's supposed to be the video. Wait a minute. He was at this event just pouring his heart out. He was on a whole new freaking level, man. I don't know what his problem was. Y'all need to go talk to y'all boy. Because he's going through some things over there, for real. For him to be at this live event singing Beyonce, whining about friendship. I didn't even know him and Kendrick Lamar was ever friends. That is a newsflash to me. I mean, why didn't y'all tell me they was friends? Because I sure in the hell did not know these two was friends. Here's the video right here.
Thank you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing about nostalgia. One thing about nostalgia, this party here. My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends, or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up. They might try and move funny with you. They might stab you in the back. They might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, you know what? Play the song, don't you? Thank you. Listen. Thank you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing about nostalgia. One thing about nostalgia, this party here. My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends, or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up. They might try and move funny with you. They might stab you in the back. They might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, you know what? Play the song, don't you?
I have something to admit. In all the years that he's been an artist, never heard him talk before. I heard him rap, but I never heard him speak. You know, I couldn't differentiate his speaking voice versus talking voice because I never looked at awards I just never did that. You know, and I had no idea how his voice sounded in terms of speaking. You know, because his rap voice sounds a little bit different. He don't sound like the way he talk. And I know he had whatever accent he got going on. Is that a Canadian accent? Is that what that is? Here's the next video here.
And niggas trying to take my life away. All the niggas for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Cause I'll come and take your life away. Really, man. Baby. Have mercy on me. What in there right there? Go ahead, go ahead.
I don't know what kind of concert or whatever the hell he was doing, but Drake was doing something. Hold on. Let me go back to that. But I mean, it seems Drake is feeling isolated in the wake of his feud with Kendrick, which has seen, I mean, we have seen Kendrick Lamar reach widespread acclaim with his diss track, Not Like Us, and nab the coveted 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. While it was reported that Drake tried to stop his rival from performing the wildly popular diss track, which takes shots at him at the upcoming, you know he's going to sing this at the Super Bowl. You know Kendrick is definitely going to sing this at the Super Bowl. People are going to be in the freaking stands, you know, rocking from side to side, Not Like Us, however that song goes. I really didn't listen to it. But you know he's going to do that. That would be really bad. But considering you have Jay-Z, who's pretty much in charge of the entertainment for the Super Bowl, and he's close friends with Diddy, and you know the history with Diddy and Drake, so he's going to always side with anything that Diddy had to do. That includes getting Kendrick Lamar up there. That includes, you know, rooting for Kendrick Lamar and his little diss against Drake because, you know, he want to be all close knitted to this homeboy Diddy. I mean, that is a do and die kind of friendship, man. Well, I hope he's willing to go down with him too. You mean prove me wrong about what, Hermione? I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You have to be more. Oh God. Okay, we can definitely do something debating about religion. Of course, my dear. Of course, we can definitely do something. Let's see if you feel the same way at the end of this live show. Now, of course, Drake have always said the rumors are false in terms of him having another kid or something along those lines. And the underage fixation that's pretty much going around when it comes to Drake. He's saying that's all lies, 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 lies. Now, fortunately for Drake, Not Like Us doesn't appear to be going anywhere, as we know, and will very likely, again, make it to the Super Bowl stage, you know, thanks to Jay-Z and his connections. Just saying. Just make it to the next slide. Okay, now, here we go. Sean Diddy Combs. As we already know, you guys probably heard from the last live show that I appeared with Diddy. We were talking about Diddy Combs' mom, Janice Smalls Combs, who had broken her silence about the growing allegations against her son. In a statement to Page 6 via her lawyer, it seemed Janice referred to the lawsuits against her son for SA and trafficking and racketeering. She says it's created out of lies. You know, Diddy has pleaded guilty. He's innocent. He hasn't done anything. Only thing he admitted is to the Cassie thing, and he only admitted to that when the video got released, but he was denying that too. But, you know, in her eyes, he's innocent. He's a hard-working, upstanding individual. He just got violent tendencies and things of that nature. Let her tell it. Man, please, she should be the last person to give any advice about kids. I'm going to be real over here. Now, Diddy, of course, he pleaded not guilty. He is currently indicted in New York after being denied bail twice and may face up to 120 new SA lawsuits in addition to 11 ongoing suits. One additional suit with his ex-girlfriend Cassie was settled out of court. This is what Janice says. Hold on. She said, to bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain to see. Well, a pain too unbearable to put into words. Paraphrasing, of course. Janice also continues to say why she thinks Diddy settled his case with Cassie out of court after a video of him beating her up surfaced. Disregarding Janice, who thinks her son is an angel in her eyes, she goes on to say sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in some kind of ricochet effect, or RICO effect, as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. So she's saying, you know, he only settled it because his lawyers advised him to do it, but people are thinking he's guilty just because he settled it so quickly, and he's not guilty. He's innocent. You see, Diddy's case was reassigned on October 3rd, and his next opportunity to prove his innocence will be in front of a judge, Aran Subramanian. His next court date is not yet announced, and he is currently awaiting federal trial. A lot of people are thinking because he got this new judge, he might end up getting bail. But this judge apparently is reprimanded because Diddy want to hurry up and move up the trial. He don't want to sit there too long waiting for a trial date. So that's why he got this new judge. And this judge is supposed to be really good at, I don't know, last minute trial dates or something like that. And I guess he thinks this judge is probably easy to be paid off or intimidated because he's supposed to be new. This judge supposed to have literally came out of, I don't know, a law office or something. I mean, this is literally one of his first kind of cases as being a judge. So who knows how this will go. So far, I don't know what to say. Some people are saying this is still bad for Diddy. He's going to go You know, he's still gonna go down. And there are other people saying, I don't know, he's gonna try to bribe this judge and he's gonna be out. If Diddy get out, it's gonna be bad all over. He's never gonna change. He's gonna get worse. And if not, he's gonna pretty much disappear. We're not gonna hear from him again. And it's gonna be unexpected deaths of people. I mean, it's gonna be really, really bad. Cause he's gonna come out blazing just like someone risen from fucking hell. And I'm gonna be real here. That's what's going to happen. If Diddy gets out of jail, he's gonna make sure everyone, all the people who came forward, is pretty much done for. And if he can't personally do it, he's gonna have his homeboys like the Carters or the Clive Davises or any other big executives and at these record companies and all the other people who stepped down from these big conglomerate companies and stuff like that. He got people in his backseat to make sure that he is clean, and they're gonna definitely be doing some dirty work for him if he gets out. And if this judge is easy to be bought off, and considering he's straight from a law office, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know how you managed to get a new judge. I don't know how you pull those strings. He must have had some dirt on the other judge or something. Maybe Diddy little homeboys probably intimidated the last judge and pretty much scared him off, and his little wimpy butt decided to step down. Who the hell knows? You know, he got people definitely hoping that he don't go down because they don't want to go down with him. So he got some pretty high-powerful people in his corner to make sure he is clean, and that's just real. All right, Cardi B claps again. She claps back again after her surgery. Cardi B is no stranger to online drama and always arguing with people. But one thing she won't stand for, apparently, is body shame. You know, she just gave birth to her third child literally just less than a month ago. Now, it seems that Cardi is known for her unapologetic attitude as well. She took to social media to shut down rumors and insults aimed at her post-body, baby, whatever. Who cares? Who insults someone who just had a baby? I mean, people are just be so mean online. After posting an update on her weight loss journey, Cardi shared with her followers that while she's shedding pounds everywhere, her face still holds some extra weight. Here's the video.
Dedicated to the mind, my love. Be me, no one, no other man. One man, to my pum pum, yeah. One man, to my pum pum, yeah. One man, to my.
I didn't know she had a tattoo on her leg. She's still a little chubby, but she don't look bad. She still look good. I'll pay for it again.
Dedicated to the mind, my love. Be me, no one, no other man. One man, to my pum pum, yeah. One man, to my pum pum, yeah. One man, to my.
And what was wrong with this video? Why did people feel that this video was a huge problem? People are just stupid. I swear, people would argue about any damn thing. That's so stupid. Anyway. Now, in typical internet fashion, some users could only resist. They couldn't resist. I mean, they had to say something, taking this as an opportunity to criticize her figure, with one particular fan tweeting, the fact that Cardi B really did not well, actually, I take that back. She didn't say did not. She said did that to her body is pissing me off. Like, y'all gotta start loving yourselves, lady. No way she should have effed it up like that. And she really thinks that it looked good, too. Shaking my head. Don't, Cardi. You still bae in a little bit, but you blew it. Okay. And you know Cardi was not having it. And you know, in true Cardi B style, she immediately clapped back, as you see there. She said, y'all really need to relax. This is how my body really looks. My body looks exaggerated in the other video because I have 5x Faha on. I want y'all to think with y'all brain. Y'all just praising my body. Y'all was just praising my body a couple days ago. Do y'all think I went and got surgery in 2 days? So I guess she was saying she was wearing, you know, Spanx or whatever. But it could just been great photo editing. You know, they do it all the time. The Kardashians are known to do it. So y'all think their body looking all skinny and curvy and bouncing back like they freaking boomerangs or something. It was just probably good photo editing. They do have photo editing for videos too. Not just for photos. You can do it for videos too. Oh yeah. Now you understand that wasn't the end of it. Another user took it a step further, body shaming the rapper's stomach, saying this. Babe, you still look crazy and your stomach always look like it's about to rip apart. Focusing so much on your look right now shouldn't even be a thing because you just pushed out a child. We gotta stop this. Well, that part is true. I mean, she should be relaxing, but you know, Hollywood, they got to get back to their, you know, shape or whatever immediately for whatever reason that is. And then Cardi never wanted to let it in so slide, responded in her usual fiery way, writing, B, you literally look like a effing potato, yet you talking about my looks with the passion. This why I be dragging you bees by y'all draws, because bees, why you got so much nerve? Now, beyond the witty comebacks and humor, Cardi made sure to clarify some facts. She retweeted a post from her fan pointing out that women are typically advised to wait at least 6 months after giving birth before considering plastic surgery. Cardi had only given birth a month ago, making the surgery rumors even more ridiculous. We already know she had surgery, but I'm sure she didn't have surgery this soon. She's not that careless and not that desperate. For Cardi, this latest round of body shaming couldn't have come at a worse time. Between balancing life as a new mom, handling her highly publicized divorce, working on her next studio album, and prepping for her performance at one music fest, the last thing she needs to worry about is defending her body. Because you know she's going to be on stage, and soon as a chick probably throws him up there or throws shade, she going to act violent. Man, this got to stop. She has to stop doing this. Ridiculous. Cardi B, stop caring about what people say, or you spend most of your time defending yourself, which escalate the problems and make people want to verbally attack you more because they doing it just to get a rise out of you so they can get their tweet, whatever, on these social media. Stop freaking answering to these insults. Who cares? You see Beyonce answering to all these goddamn insults, and they called her a witch from lesbian and all kinds of stuff. She don't say nothing. But, you know, the rumor about her get too viral, she just, you know, have her husband and her crew blacklist them, or they die of someone suspicious, or be unalive, or some suspicious disease or something. You know how Beyonce wrong. Sorry about that. You know how Beyonce and her crew is. She really needs to let that go. She needs to really let that go. She needs to stop answering back to people. I mean, this is getting freaking ridiculous. Cardi needs to stop. Let's move on to the next subject. Okay, well, as I've said several times before, the church, again, invented Jesus, as you know, to make the public believe that we cannot all become Christ-like. And the only way the church wants you to believe, the only way you can achieve it is by following the church's teachings and praying and obeying them. This is the second, you understand, Christ-like is the second highest level of consciousness after the divinity, God-like, that Enoch attained. Okay? God-like divinity, to get God consciousness, that's above Christ-like consciousness, okay? requires heavy meditation, okay? And with Enoch, he meditated, among other things, I'm sure, allowed him to communicate with his higher self. And once he attained that level of awareness, he was able to ascend to a new realm. Now, I take it that he wrote these books detailing his trance experiences after he went through them. Now, take a look at these clips. These clips will explain to you the deception when it came to Jesus.
The reason why black and brown people suffer is because this world worships the Antichrist. This is not the real Messiah. This is a false Messiah. Masih Dajjal. This is the real Messiah of Nazareth. His name was Isu in Old Greek, Isa in Arabic. He was Hebrew. He spoke Hebrew, just like his mother Mary. Hebrews are nomadic people that today are described as black African. His story and teaching is known as the Gospel or Injil. When he passed away, a long and slow satanic process of whitewash started. The Romans who persecuted Isu started unaliving his Hebrew followers, destroying and burning the Temple of Jerusalem. Then after hundreds of years, the Romans started using his story as a way to glorify themselves. First, they changed the language from Hebrew to Greek. Then they Greekified all the names from Isu to Isus to Jesus. Then they started tampering with the Gospels, removing verses, adding verses that glorify the Romans, such as, "We crucified the Messiah." No, you Romans didn't crucify the Messiah. Then they started burning versions of the Gospel that they disagree with. They started persecuting and unaliving the Gnostics and the Arians and anyone who disagreed with them. And under Emperor Constantine, white supremacy was born when they made the execution tool the symbol of the teaching of the Messiah. In hoc signo vinces, in this sign you shall conquer. And the false Christ was born, and the story of the real Messiah became legend. Until today, 1,700 years later, where the whole world is under the rule of the Antichrist, every nation looks up to the Western man as the moral standard for what is right. But these are the last days.
There you go. That's a little small insert. Let's move on here. Listen to what Billy Carson says.
That's what the Gnostics talk about in the Nag Hammadi. They believe the same exact thing. Matter of fact, they're spot on. What Christians are doing is they're unwittingly being fooled and tricked into literally saying and praying to the same entities that have nothing to do with salvation. Zeus, Amun-Ra, Enlil, Anu, Enki, Marduk. These are all the beings that they're calling on their names. Great Yahweh Jehovah. You're calling on two different gods at once then. In the name of Jesus, you're calling on Zeus. It's pure ignorance that has led you to your own demise. And then you have the situation where you'll see one person, "Oh, I just got approved for my mortgage. I just got a brand new house. Won't he do it? God is good all the time." And then right around the corner, there's a kid sleeping on the street. But he's not worthy to have a house, right? Because God is only good to you. Do you see the logic in that? Do you see the ignorance in that? If you're in America, you hit the genetic lottery. You're sitting I'm sitting in a house in America where I can literally find many ways to earn myself a living, many ways to have a decent lifestyle. Even if I'm in a small apartment with no car and just taking a bicycle to work, I can still have a decent life. I've been around this planet. I've been to third world countries. The majority of the countries I go to are overlaid, heavy, super duper Christians. I'm talking about they live in it day and night and day. They breathe in it, eating it, sleeping it 24 hours a day. And they're living in mud and dirt. And they have a horrible life. They don't even live that long. They die young.
Sad. Very sad. So, and I made a video about this on my channel, Truth Show, about the whole Zeus thing and how does it relate to Jesus. When you say Zeus, it's relation to Jesus. Jesus, which is, that's pretty much what it is. And, Zeus is a actually a consciousness as well. It's not person. They named identities after the consciousness they prevailed. They elevated to. Zeus is a consciousness that controls electricity and lightning and things of that nature. That's the consciousness where you kind of control the weather. God Set had that kind of ability. He was able to control the weather. They called him the god of storms. So Zeus kind of elevated to that. But then again, the Greek gods were literally copy versions of the Egyptian gods. So we didn't know if Zeus was even a real entity. I mean, they were literally plagiarized from the Egyptian gods. So that's kind of a thing there as well. Here's another video.
Jesus didn't say he was going to return. He said the Christ would return. And you look into what a Christ is, it's a level of consciousness. Being born again is rising in consciousness. Christ's consciousness is the highest level. The ancient sages knew this. Jesus Christ was not the first Christ. It's a level of thinking and understanding. It has nothing to do with this foolishness that you've been preached and taught. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, and these are your temples.
I keep telling that. And Jesus, he pretty much gave that little indication. He kept saying over and over again, the kingdom of heaven is within yourself. The kingdom of heaven is in you. He kept saying the kingdom of God is within me and with you. And you look up, you see birds. You look down, you see blah, blah, blah. It's within you. Stop looking up, stop looking down. Paraphrase, you're not going to see the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, whatever. It's within you. That gene is within you. See, there's a video that I should have put up here, where it pretty much explains that people are constantly looking for the kingdom of divinity. They keep looking up, they keep looking down, they keep looking here, they searching for it. Where can I find divinity? Where can I find these guys? Where can I find this person? I need to touch this person. I need to pray for this person. So these entities had to hide this particular this divine consciousness level. They have to find some place to hide it. So what they do, they hid it within your genes. Whereas the only way you can do that is through heavy meditation and intermittent fasting, spiritual cleanse, which you got to get all that other church stuff that's been embedded in your brain out of your brain. And you have to literally go on a spiritual toxic detoxification cleanse. That's what you literally have to do in order to elevate to the God consciousness, which is above the Christ consciousness. That is the consciousness that Enoch prevailed to when he descended and he started seeing a whole nother dimension. So they hid that gene within you. You got to find that within you. It's not in heaven. It's not through Jesus, not through the church, not through whoever. It's in you. And I think once we realize that, we would definitely start prevailing. But the church did not want you to realize that. So they go right now more and more. They are going to definitely try to scare you with these movies. They're going to definitely try to push the Jesus factor. Celebrities not going to make it any better. People following what celebrities do. Or we see how their lives are. So you really need to research this a bit more. Everything is literally twisted. Here's another video here.
It is not fitting to call us God because we are chaos spirits.
Yeah, turn off the video for this one.
We are the fathers and mothers of the gods. They are our children. Right. That's called the Titans, the Typhons, the Ophidians, the Nephilims, the Nephers, the Netters, the Orishas. Has nothing to do with the heaven realm. Right. You got, look, it's simple. Look, it's simple. In the book, Gods, Angels, Demons, and Gods of the New Millennium, which is an awesome goddamn book by Lon Milo Duquette. You got the blue right here is the archangels. Those are the archangels. The black is the Goetia spirits, or the lower spirits, or the underworld spirits. These are the mothers and fathers that fell into a physical body. That's who we are. These are the damn archangels that's been up there bullshitting around while we've been down this motherfucker, and they've been trying to keep us down here. And they are not in unison are unity with us. They are our enemies. One sister was meditating in the park about 2 months ago. She started cussing. Well, fuck this shit. We surfing down this motherfucker. What the fuck going on? And what I'm saying,
Dude,
that's why we don't like y'all stupid motherfuckers. We hate y'all motherfuckers. That's why we trying to keep y'all down there. Y'all always talking shit. That's why we trying to keep y'all down there. So there you have it in black and white, and in reality, 2 goddamn months ago, by a sister in Atlanta. And that's who I've been dealing with, especially been dealing with the last couple of months. I'll get into that in a few minutes. This is who the fuck we are, and fuck everybody else. Fuck the world and everybody in it. That's the higher shit. That's your chthonic deities. You get the word Cthulhu, but go look in Robert Graves' Greek myths, and you'll see the word chthonic deities, or any one of these mythology books. You'll see the word chthonic deities. Those we call the underworld deities. That's who we are. We have nothing in relationship to these punk-ass motherfuckers up here, because that's who we're going to kick in the goddamn ass. Fuck them. Fuck them motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Led by Jesus. Jesus. Our mortal enemy. Jesus. Which is Zeus. The one that broke away, the child that broke away and came down here and cut his father up, Kronos. Cut his father up, Kronos, and put him down here. So Kronos falls from the heaven to Saturn, and from Saturn to the earth. You get the word Saturn, Kronos, which is Father Time, with the sickle in his hand. You get it? With the sickle in his hand. Father Time with the sickle in his hand. Which is Saturn, which Saturn, the sign of Saturn, is in the sign of a sickle, the Grim Reaper. So the children of Kronos have sickle cells. Sickle cells.
Yeah. Sickle cell is a particular condition that you guys should really research, but it's not what the doctor says. Seriously, I did a research on sickle cell and I was shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, if these people who have sickle cell knew their condition, this wouldn't even be a factor. It totally threw me for a loop there. Okay, so that is the end of the slideshow. I want to show you guys another video. This is just the background here. I want to show you guys another video here. But yes, just to sum it up. Okay, just to sum it up. Stop looking for Christ in heaven. Stop looking through it through church. Stop looking through it through that Bible. Christ is not a person. It's literally, and I can't say this enough, it's literally a level of consciousness that you can find within yourself. Okay? It's a level of consciousness that you can find within yourself. It is not what people are saying. I know people are thinking that's not true, but it is true. It's definitely a particular level that you can definitely seek and find within yourselves. Okay? There's different steps you can elevate to in order to get to the Christ-like consciousness. And that particular consciousness is, it starts off in groups. You got to get your pineal gland. You have to get that, your crown. That has to open up. And then you elevate from that. There are certain symptoms when opening up those level of consciousness. When you know you opened it up, I made a video kind of about the frequencies. I guess I'll make a video on what happens when you open up these level of consciousness, because I feel that a lot of people don't know what happens. How do I know when I opened up this level of consciousness? I know that's a question that's really pondering on a lot of people's mind, and I'll definitely give you that information in terms of the level of consciousness and the chakras. But there still is debate whether Jesus was even an actual person, or was he just some kind of, the church made him a person, but he really wasn't a person. That's definitely a huge factor that's still being brought out there. And I'm going to show you one last video, but first I want to show you a few TikTok videos that I definitely had in mind here, and then we're going to sign off.
I did a Bible deep dive and
this particular lady, young girl, lady, whatever, not sure her age, I never heard her before do any of the topics before, but her video just started popping up in my feed here, her algorithm. So she definitely talks about a lot of the high consciousness and things. She's literally repeating everything that I pretty much repeated, but you know how people is. I'd rather hear from someone else than me. So let's see what she has to say. It was one video that I did like that she was talking about. Let's see if I can find it for you. Okay, I never saw this video. Let's see what she says about this one.
Oh, really? Heaven is not in me? So your Bible doesn't tell you that heaven is in you? Okay, let's just pull up the verse then. Oh, okay. So people are mad at me for... Oh, really? Heaven is not in me? So we all know the story of Job. He's a very rich man who loses his family. I think we need to start from the top. Did you know that the Bible doesn't actually... Bro, I don't know. I think we need to start from the top. Did you know that the Bible doesn't actually start with in the beginning? Do me a favor. Pick up your own physical Bible, open up any Bible app, or simply go to Google and look at Genesis 1:1. What we read right there is contradictory to what I just said, right? So am I a liar? Or is the book a liar? Men lie, women lie, but the Bible doesn't. If that's true, why do all English translations of the Bible begin with in the beginning, but in the original Hebrew text, it reads in a beginning? Don't believe me? Go to quite literally any language model and fact check me. Now that we're all on the same page, we can all agree in the beginning is way different than a beginning, right? I mean, in the beginning suggests that the Bible is the story of creation. In a beginning suggests that the Bible is just that, a story, a beginning, one among more than just one. Just to be clear, isn't to suggest that this story is without its profound truths. In fact, quite the contrary. It is my claim that it contains the most profound truths, like Shrek, Harry Potter. It's a story for the entire family of all ages, but anybody not being critical of it will not be able to identify the story of us within it. The Bible story is the most relevant in a time such as the end times. It has been the lie that will reveal all lies since the very first lie that didn't occur in the beginning, but a beginning. My suggestion would be to pay attention to the signs and symbols, like names and numbers. Like, don't you think it's odd that Revelation tells us that the number of the beast is 666, and yet the canonical text includes 66 books of the Bible? I mean, you, as someone who is maybe not being critical of it, would think this is just a coincidence. But me? I know better. So
Oh yeah, she be spinning some facts, for real. She be spinning some facts. And I'm just going to show you some videos I liked, and then we're going to close this down right quick. Let's see.
The Anunnaki. That's the name of the beings that according to the ancient texts, came from heaven to earth. In the Egyptian culture, they call them the Naturu, and they said they came to earth and turned mud into a kingdom. In the Bible, they call them the Anak. They have these names in all different cultures. They all show up around the same time in every culture, and I started finding more instances of them in every culture I looked into around the same time period. And I go, these people really came here at some point in the distant past. It seems to be now around 450,000 years ago they arrived, and about 200,000 years ago, according to the text, they started genetically tinkering with human beings, saying they were adding their essence to them to get us to do the labor for them. So around 200,000 years ago, they started tinkering with us, and there's a famous cylinder scroll and with some text at the British Museum with Isis, the goddess Isis, who was one of the original Sumerian pantheon, not Egyptian, and she's holding up a baby, and she says, the first Adamu, which means first man, my hands have created it. And she claims to have taken this baby to term for 10 months in her own womb to create the more modern version of Homo sapiens sapiens.
It's not even possible. Like, how did they know that Mars was the red planet, and why was it a worldwide fact? Saturn had rings. Yeah. Based upon what information? Because nobody worldwide is disagreeing. This is that thing that you see that all the Anunnaki guys that have that look like a wristwatch, and they always have it, and you're always trying to see what that is. Yeah, what is that? It is it's a compass. It's a time-keeping compass. And the emerald tablets of Thoth are literally mind-changing and mind-blowing. It's given in first person, and that's not possible. The things that are being said are impossible. Enough time has passed, though, that it's not like that. He literally says, hey, there's a spaceship on Earth, and this is where it is.
Beyonce knew everything P. Diddy was doing and did absolutely nothing. J. Cole tried to tell us, and now everybody's just now realizing he was. Here's some quick context. Sheen is a combination of Sean Diddy and Jay-Z, and Knowles, which is Beyonce's last name, equals She Knows. J. Cole highlights just as soon as I'm gone because he knew Diddy would not let him live if he revealed the deep dark secrets. Like I said, everything's starting to make sense now. And if you guys haven't heard, there's literally documents proving that P. Diddy literally paid to get Tupac unalived. That was actually just proven in court just a couple weeks ago, and people are still shocked by that. And based off that discovery, people think and are alleging that all these people that just miraculously passed, Diddy had something to do with it, whether he paid somebody or they knew too much and he was just trying to get them gone. I mean, just go look at Beyonce's comment section. It tells you a lot about what you need to know. I covered any trends, news, and updates, so make sure you guys add me to come back.
So I've been doing a lot of scrolling on TikTok.
Beyonce knew everything.
It's not even possible.
Man, that's all I have for you. This is just some more interesting stuff. What's she talking about?
So he was going to take his music elsewhere, do his stuff elsewhere. He had enough cash to live on. He was quite secure in what he was doing. What he wasn't doing.
Yeah, we already know that already. She's just repeating what we already know. Whatever. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about today. I will go deep, but they don't allow you to do a lot of stuff on the live show, but I'm not getting paid for
There's one person to blame in the death of Corey Haim, and that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately...
Y'all remember I was talking about this years ago? Years ago, I talked about this. I even have a video with a clip with him in it. And his boy, Corey Haim.
I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you. Yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah. There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids. And they all had either their own power or connections to great power in the entertainment industry.
Feldman won't name names. And he admits his friend had a struggle with addiction, which he says was a mechanism to cope with his demons.
It was a symptom.
It was a symptom, correct.
Are we in it?
In 2008, the two Coreys confronted each other on their reality show about the dark past they shared.
You let me get around in my life, man. Raped, so to speak. When I was about 14 and a half, and I'm saying this right now.
What'd you do, man, when you saw that going down when I was 14 to me? What'd you do? You knew about it.
You want to talk about the truth? Okay, well, then let's talk about the truth. I was being molested at the same time by somebody else. What'd you do? You know, there's a lot of good people in this industry, but there's also a lot of really, really sick, corrupt people in this industry. And there are people in this industry who have gotten away with it for so long that they feel they're above the law. And that's got to change. That's got to stop.
We contacted Corey Haim's mother. In an email, she said, "I'm not willing to discuss or respond to anything Corey Feldman has to say. I wish he would talk about himself only and leave my son out of it."
Is there a dark side to child stardom?
Definitely. I think a lot of kids don't really want to do it. I think that the parents want to do it more than the kids.
Chris Snyder says for most child stars, it's the parents that can cause more damage. And he would know, having managed with his late boss Iris Burton some of the most iconic child stars, including Feldman.
And we're going to end it there. Thanks for staying throughout the duration of this video.